Are you going to be the one who says Russ reviews this time? Because I feel like I don't have it.
No, the guest must say it. Can you try, please?
Okay. Okay. This is Russ reviews.
Not the words. You are now listening to Russ Reviews.
I told you.
You
Okay.
got it. Get that cat
You
out of here.
you are now listening to Russ reviews.
That was fine.
I've been practicing a lot.
All right, I started the timer.
I'm so nervous.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Russ Reviews podcast. For those of you that are listening maybe for the first time, this is an extension of my X feed. RUSSREV1EWS, where I initially was starting with one-line reviews. And as you know, I'm kind of a chatty person, so I wanted to review stuff in long form. Why review stuff? Because why not? It's fun to reflect and critique stuff, isn't it, Amanda?
It is fun. You're right.
So, Amanda, you are my first recurring guest, and we disagree about this about you, but I view you as a gamer, and you do not.
It's true. I think because I know that there are people who know a lot more than me about the gaming world, and it just makes me nervous to identify as a gamer because then they
Yeah,
come for you.
but I
And
like your way of gaming. I would be a disciple of. I feel like you game for fun and comfort,
it's so true.
and I enjoy that. So, Amanda, as you know, this episode is being published on June 5th, which is the day the Nintendo Switch 2 officially releases in America. Now
And the
you might
Switch
be,
one dies.
yep, rip Switch 1. Now you may be wondering, why aren't you guys reviewing the Switch 2? Amanda, tell them why.
Because we're not cool.
No, come on, we
Oh,
practiced this.
did we practice this? Because we don't have
Yeah,
the money
because we don't have the money to
and
buy one.
we don't have a high enough following to be invited out.
Yeah, and we're not famous enough to get invited to the pre-screenings like my favorite YouTube channel, Girlfriend Reviews. They got invited, and
One day.
they haven't posted a video in like 5 months, and then they still get invited to the Switch event, and it's like, but you know what, Amanda, we can yearn for the day that we're invited to the Switch 3 event.
I feel like with the way your podcast is going, you'll probably be invited like to the Switch 3.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
So this is something Amanda and I have in common. We both are big Nintendo Switch fans. When I first met her, she compared me to Bowser, which I took to be a comment on my weight. And uh,
No.
we're both big fans of Banjo-Kazooie. I gave her and Colton the Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack for their wedding on CD, which I got when I bought the game in the 90s. It's like I think that could be worth some money. So
I know I should look on eBay and maybe make some cash.
yeah, I did rip the MP3s, so I still have them. So no worries there. And yeah, we just wanted to do a post-mortem, a reflection, a eulogy, just kind of remembering all of our good memories with the Nintendo Switch. Because I don't know about you, Amanda, but this is probably my favorite console ever.
Ever. Ooh. I mean, I spend a lot of time like more than any other console probably, but I do remember when the Wii first came out and my siblings and I saved up money. So
Hmm.
I feel like nostalgia wise, that one's got it for me, but currently Switch is it's the top for me.
Yeah, my nostalgia one would probably be the PlayStation 2 because I traded in so much stuff to have the money to buy one.
Yeah. Uh,
But in terms of like gameplay and what I'll call magic, I do feel like the Switch is right up there in the top. But
yeah.
before we get into that, I did want to see. I want to remind everyone if you want to learn more about Amanda and her influencer career, you can listen to episode 3 of this podcast. We do a deep dive into influencer culture and a little bit of Amanda's story. Amanda, where can people follow you or collaborate with you?
They can find me all over the internet, but my username is Amanda Please. That's UHMANDAPLZ.
Yep,
That's it. Yep.
that's it. What's your latest Instagrams right now? What's your
Russ, your podcast episode with me did nothing for Instagram. Still at 297, maybe
Sorry.
296.
You did something about a leg being shorter than the other. That was
Oh
interesting.
yeah. I read that if you're gonna do like vlogs, you shouldn't narrate what you're doing. You should
Be
give them a
vulnerable.
story instead. So I talked about when I was dropped and broke my leg as a baby.
Yeah, it's very powerful. I've been praying for your legs to line
My
up.
healing. One day.
How's the TikTok going?
TikTok's going great. Got more growth there than on Instagram. And I think I got some new followers for you on the podcast.
Yeah, and I think Synergy, didn't they send you like a huge box?
They did, yeah, including like a whole getup. So I got a hat, shirt,
Dude,
shorts, like,
I was dying watching you with that outfit.
yeah,
You
me
got to
too.
go to like a music festival dressed up in that and just see what people do.
They'll be like, "Oh, are you here with Synergy?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Get a
Um,
cease and desist from Synergy.
so Amanda is a recurring guest, and we got some feedback actually from your mom.
It's so true. And she stays
Um,
up to date with your podcast. Like she even listened to your latest one, and I haven't.
oh, good, the one on YouTube. I think you would like that one.
That's what I hear. She texted me and I said, "Whoa, spoilers."
Well, Alice, if you're listening, thank you. You're a, a, a dear person in my heart. I long to go to the farm again.
She says you can whenever.
Yeah.
She tells me that like every time we talk on the phone.
Okay. I'll make it happen. We don't have any summer plans, so maybe a trip up. We want to go to Grand Rapids, so maybe we do Grand Rapids
To the
and then
West Coast, it's really
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know Alice's feedback. You said it was pretty hurtful, but
No, I just think you might be sensitive sometimes, and that's okay. I
I
am
am not
too.
sensitive.
Okay. Tone of voice. So I think her biggest two things, nope, maybe we'll stick with one. You're right. Would be she felt like there was too many like spaces. She said sometimes there were pauses and she would have like edited that down. And I said, Mom, Russ doesn't do that. Like that's not the point. And she goes, Well, I'm just saying sometimes it was a little slow. And I said, I'm very funny. Like, what are you talking about? So that was her feedback. Are you okay?
So, Alice, you're saying it's too slow. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry, was that on point five speed just then?
All right, to be fair, I agree with her. I used to do that for my old podcast, Film Lovers Podcast. You can still
Mm.
find that if you want, Film Lovers Podcast. And I just don't have the time to do that
It takes a
anymore.
lot of work, a lot of splice and dice.
And I don't know how to use AI yet to do that for me.
And if you do,
Uh,
you might destroy the world. So
yeah, but Alice, my hope is that as Amanda and I get better, there'll be less of that.
don't worry, Mom. We'll be
Yeah,
better.
don't worry, Mama. Uh, okay, real quick though, before we get into Nintendo,
Mm.
what's your one line review of the Morgan Wallen album? I can tell you mine. See, this is what I'm talking about. Your mom's she's thinking too long, Alice. It's
Well,
not
it's
my
because
fault.
you've already been thinking about it. And now I'm like, well, I have a line, but it's more of a question. Is that, Morgan, are you okay?
Oh, that's a great one-line review. I love that.
Thank you.
Could I steal that for the Twitter?
Sure.
You okay? Mine would
You okay,
be
bro?
uh mine would be why so many songs? Question mark?
He's going through something.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Now,
breakup. I don't know.
okay, so this has been rattling in my head, and I've been listening to his Sirius XM channel.
I didn't know.
He's on channel 53 right now, I think. For the album. And he says in that, he goes, we did not just put out 39 random songs. These all have a sequence and a flow, and they're all on there very deliberately.
It's a
So
story,
I'm trying to
Russ.
take his word for it, but that's a lot of songs.
Yeah. And some of them start to sound the same if you just go through it.
Yeah,
So
I still haven't finished, but I'm looking forward to it.
maybe we can review country singers with Bolton.
Oh, I would love that. I got a text that said I would listen to a pod with Bolton.
I would too. He gets nervous about that, but I'm like, I think you have a lot to bring to the pod, you know? So
Yeah.
maybe go through a spreadsheet of like how he ranks country singers. That
Yeah.
would be fun.
Yeah, we could have I feel like Bolton plays games more in the because he's good at them.
Yeah, he's a serious gamer. I'm like, I can't compete. I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
my cozy games. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
do my single player.
I'm gonna go hunt fish and serve sushi.
Go find my neighbor's lost items.
All right, so let's jump into the Nintendo Switch. Little bit of history, if that's okay. I accidentally watched a Nintendo documentary with my son on Disney Plus, and I just wanted to share a few fun facts that I learned.
You accidentally did that? You
Yeah, so
tripped
we're
and hit
we're
play?
watching this show. It's called like The Toys That Built America, something like that. I don't
Mm,
know. It's on Disney Plus. Just put in toys. It'll probably say Toy Story. Look
yeah.
around for the documentary.
Okay.
Um, I'll look it up when you're talking later. But okay, did you know Nintendo was founded in 1889 as a card game company?
I did not know that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they're
weird.
they were founded in Kyoto, Japan, and they didn't get into electronics until the late 60s, early 70s. And at one point, this guy had to pretty much fire his whole family because the company was failing and on the brink of like closing. He fired everyone and just like injected new life into it.
Wow.
The other fun fact is that the reason they got popular was in the arcade games started being really popular in the 70s, and they mailed out a bunch of arcade cabinets to America, but it took like 4 months. And the game that they shipped was not popular. So they had all these empty cabinets. And that's when this guy, Shigeru Miyamoto, comes into play. And he's tasked to develop a game based on Popeye, olive oil, and Bluto. What comes to happen though is that they lose they don't have the intellectual property rights to do a Popeye game. They can only do Popeye trading cards. So Popeye and Olive Oil and Bluto become Mario and Donkey Kong and what's her name? She's not Peach yet in Donkey Kong. I forget her name. Someone leave a comment of her name.
If
Or
you know it and comment it, you get a prize.
Amanda, you could be, Googling for me.
Well, I figured this would be a good way to get some engagement on the podcast. You can do comments on Spotify now.
That's true. So fun. Isn't that crazy though? So Donkey Kong was originally meant to be a Popeye game.
Princess Toadstool.
Okay, there you go. That's crazy.
Sorry, anybody who was going to comment. Now you can't.
You still can.
Prize gone.
Okay, but the best thing I learned was that Donkey Kong
Mm.
means stubborn gorilla.
That's funny.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
So yeah, Shigeru Miyamoto developed Donkey Kong. He goes on to create Zelda, Mario Brothers. The rest is history. So yeah, that was a really cool little documentary. I'd highly recommend it. They do an episode on Transformer toys, which was pretty good, and a bunch of other stuff. But all right, so we're gonna skip over a ton of Nintendo history, and
The rest of history.
we're gonna jump to I think it was 2017, right? When Nintendo Switch
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what mine's from. I got like the original Switch.
yeah,
I never upgraded.
March 3rd, 2017. So, uh, what was your first do you remember buying it? Like where did you buy it?
I think I looked at all the stores because they were sold out everywhere. And
Hmm.
basically, I was like calling people up north in northern Michigan to go look at their stores for me, looking downstate and lower Michigan, trying to find it. And finally, there was like a Target somewhere that had it.
Yes, Target.
Yeah. So I got mine at Target. But it was in demand. It was a hot commodity.
Oh
So
man, yeah. Shout out Target. I got my Switch and my PlayStation 5 from Target.
I feel like gamers don't go there, right? They
Yeah,
try
I would
everywhere else
never
first.
GameStop or Best Buy, but so I waited a little bit and I got the all red Mario Odyssey edition.
Looks pretty sweet.
Thank you. And I also got that at Target. I did it the old-fashioned way of I got there the day it was on the shelves, and I just ran. I got there like 7 in the morning, and I just was like,
Ew,
I did the
could
fast
not be
walk, you know.
me. Power walking.
Yeah, people that are listening, I did a little power walk in my seat. Um,
He did.
what's cool is that I broke one of the controllers, and
Super cool.
it's a Mario. Don't be rude. Um, it's a very specific red, and I mailed it in, and they sent me a replacement. Isn't that nice?
That is nice.
Yeah. So, okay. So, what was your first Switch game?
My first Switch game that I played was Stardew Valley.
Okay.
Um, and then I also Animal Crossing were like the top two. And the Animal Crossing was because my sister got like one with the Animal Crossing bundle or something and gave it to me. So I didn't even have to pay for it because usually it's $60. Um, and then Breath of the Wild was the big Switch game, right?
Okay. Same. Let's save it. Let's talk about Breath of the Wild here in a minute. What is Stardew Valley and why should people play it? I know the like twigs. It's a logo of twigs. I know it's always like number two, number three, like best-selling game. And I
Listen,
have no
I
interest in playing it.
you probably will never. And it's like it's either you're meant for Stardew or you're not, and that's okay. But
Okay.
basically, it's
Who's
a
meant for
cozy game.
Stardew?
I am. I was destined for it. Um, but it's like a you have a farm that you go take over. Have you ever heard of Harvest Moon?
Yeah, but
It's
same.
kind of
I've
like
never
in
played
that
it.
vein of thought where it's like you have this farm that you have to like everything's destroyed and you got to like weed and take out the trees. You got to rebuild it from your grandparents' days and like you restore it to its glory. Stardew, there's mining, there's fishing, there's town members, and you like bond with them. You can get married, and now you can even get divorced, which is wild, but that does cost 50,000 gold, so
Oh wow.
don't take that decision lightly.
Okay.
Um, so me and my sisters really enjoy playing, and you can do like a co-op where you all share the farm. It's very cozy. It's very fun.
Okay. For those of us that don't know what cozy gaming is,
Yeah.
I know this is later in our outline. We made an outline, people.
And now we're not even keeping to it. It's
I
it's not our
know.
fault
I
though.
skipped around. I'm sorry. What is cozy gaming? You keep saying this.
So to me, cozy gaming is like a game that you play for comfort, and it's not something that's going to stress you out or bring anxiety. It's like I'm going to go to the mines and I'm going to garden some corn and some string beans. Like you're not it's your unwinding game. You're not shooting at people. You're not trying to destroy the world. You're trying
Okay.
to restore it in my mind.
That's funny. Okay, because I would classify like hack and slash games as cozy gamings.
Oh no, no,
Like
no.
did you ever play Hyrule Warriors? Where
Colton
basically
wants me to.
you just hit the X button and you just go slash 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 slash.
Sounds like Fruit Ninja.
No,
I'm
less
just kidding. I'm just
less
kidding.
strategy than Fruit Ninja, actually.
Is it like Dynasty Warriors, but for Zelda?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm a
Um,
gamer.
Not a gamer. Get out of here.
I know.
Uh, yeah, so I find like the games that are cozy for me are the ones that require minimal mental exertion, but have like a nice reward at the end.
I feel like I'll allow that.
Okay. But there's
But
killing involved. Yours is more about harvesting.
I think cozy to me is like low stakes and you feel cozy and good.
Okay.
That's how I would. But, it
You're
sounds like you're
saying
experiencing
killing
that.
killing 3,000 goblins with one sword move isn't a good feeling?
I think you might need some help, Russ.
Okay,
But
so I have a theory about these games: Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, Overcooked.
overcooked is not cozy.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
It's so stressful.
Are
It's
cozy games chore games? Or do they
It
usually
can be
involve
chore
chores?
games, but there's
Okay.
some games that are like if I play Overcooked with Bolton, then we might fight a little bit, and that's less
Oh yeah.
cozy to me. So there's certain cooking games where it's like cooking mama, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna like do these things, and it's fine. But when you play with another person, this gets a little dicey.
You know what game caused fights in our family was that in Mario Party, the game where you cook steak,
Oh
you have to
yeah,
like
flip it.
Okay, here's my theory though. I think people that don't own houses play these games, and then the
Mm.
minute they buy a property with some land, uh, they don't want to play them anymore because they can just grow actual cucumbers in the backyard.
Maybe. I mean, growing up, I still played these games and I lived on a farm. And my dad would always say, "Hey, you could go outside and do that." And I said, I don't understand.
My skin, Dad, it will burn.
Like, I'm delicate.
I
So
need you
we'll
to
see.
put this in the back of your head when you buy a home and you have a homestead.
Compare
I,
my Stardew hours.
I want to see what your Stardew hours are.
Okay.
Deal?
Challenge accepted.
All right. Do you want to ask me what my first game was?
What was your first game, Russ? I was literally going to. So,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, we need a little like signal.
Or like put up a question mark. Say,
My
ask me a
turn.
question.
Yeah, I'm always like, why don't people ask me questions? And I'm like, oh, because I'm the one doing the interview.
It's
But
true. Yeah.
I gotta figure that out. So, oh yeah, my first game was Super Mario Odyssey, and that's because that was the game that came with it. And I'll admit, I was a little skeptical of Cappy. Um, Felt like a gimmick, but once he puts himself on top of a Tyrannosaurus Rex and I become a dinosaur, I was like,
Man.
I'm all in. This is the best game of all time. Um,
All time. So is that still true
no,
today?
no, no. I like hyperbole. No.
Okay.
I will say though, Super Mario Odyssey, I just found enjoyable from beginning to end.
Hmm.
But then also after you beat the story, it does have it's one of the more enjoyable like 100% games out there. Like
Yeah.
it did feel very rewarding. I didn't 100% it though. I
Did you
99.5.
not get all the purple coins?
No, I got all the coin. I didn't get the jump rope coin.
Oh, it's so hard. 100 jump ropes? Are you kidding?
Yeah, I didn't get the 100 jump ropes. I didn't get the volleyball one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you get the volleyball one?
Yeah.
How?
A long time. I took a long time. I haven't finished the game, so if you're listening to this, I'm only at 500 moons, but I'm working on it.
Working on it. Um, how did you do the volleyball?
I
Did you have
just,
a friend help you or?
no, I just kept going.
Wow, that's mad impressive.
Thank you.
Next time you visit, do you mind completing that for me so I
No,
have it on
I
my.
won't. I think it was honestly luck at that point. Like maybe my palms were just so sweaty from trying for so long that I like slipped and made it. Like I don't know.
I was looking up like ways to capitalize on glitches so that
Mm,
you can beat the jump rope challenge
yeah.
by like freezing Mario above the rope so that it just passes you 100 times.
I saw some people saying like you could double jump, Cappy, do like a lot so that several go by, but I didn't try that yet. I was
Yeah.
getting too frustrated.
No, but yeah, that game has like a secret second ending that involves this very like long level where you don't get like when you die you have to restart from the very beginning.
No.
But that was like one of the most enjoyable, rewarding things to complete, and it just has a really sweet ending with Cappy and Mario and their friendship. And I was like, man, why is this stupid game making me feel things? This is so embarrassing.
Like emotions. I don't even wanna.
Yeah. But okay, so Mario, Stardew, all those things are great, but I think the game that really defines the Switch, and I would say through the whole, they're still selling this game. It's still in the top five. They're releasing a Switch 2 version of it. Uh, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Some would say maybe the greatest game of all time. I would
Um,
say, would you agree this is the best Switch game?
I don't know. I think it's definitely very enjoyable, but if you're not a Zelda fan, like I don't know if it hits the same.
Mm,
Um, do I have to choose?
yes.
Hmm. I think I would say I'd say top three for me personally. For
Yeah.
everybody, I don't know. What do you think?
Hold on. Opening up my Switch here. Yep. Most played game.
How many hours, Russ?
I'm not going to say that. Too many.
Okay. Too many. Embarrassingly too many.
And
I think it is really like I don't know. I also really enjoyed Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe more.
really,
Well, to me, I enjoyed the dungeons more in Tears of the Kingdom.
but Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, wait, Breath of the Wild walked, so Tears of the Kingdom could run, you know?
Okay, fine. I'll accept that. I do.
Here's what I liked about Breath of the Wild. I just found it to be like a very disarming experience that felt pretty like magical at
Mm,
times, especially when just how, because I feel like there are games that try to be open world games that just have a ton of loading screens at
yeah.
like every new region. And this one was just like void of loading screens. And it was genuinely just crazy. Like you could really explore the whole map and not experience a loading screen unless you went to inside a temple or a dungeon.
Yeah, that's true. Or like teleporting
Yeah, or just the fact that you once you had the glider, like you could glide like
anywhere.
across the whole map if
The
you
limit did
wanted
not
to.
exist.
And the clothing was fun, the weather was fun, the nighttime, the daytime. Like it took all the things from the past Zelda games, like Majora's Mask with night and day, and
Yeah,
the horses, and it just like merged it all together in a way that felt really kind of seamless.
that is true. It's been a long time since I've played it, actually. Um, Maybe I should go back and sink more hours into it.
No, no, there's no time for that. Do you
You're
have like
right.
a memory, like a moment in the game where you're just like, wow, this is crazy?
So, no, because my favorite part of it, and this goes to cozy gaming, was when you can buy a house and decorate it. So, oh no. Colton would always get stressed out because I'd be like, let's see how far the stamina will take me up the mountain. And then of course you don't make it and you just like fall. And he's like, why are you playing like this? Why are you doing? And I'm like, just to see, just to see what happens.
Yeah, I had a couple moments like that where I was trying to see how far you could go on the map before like it
Hmm.
wouldn't let you. And that was pretty disappointing to find the edge. It's like,
The limit, flat
oh,
world.
it does exist. Dang it. Um,
Yeah.
what was your least favorite part of that game?
Well, for me, I honestly like the dungeons just didn't feel as rewarding to
Oh,
me.
okay. Tell me more.
But basically I did them and I was like, huh, is that it?
Hmm.
Like, there's not more to this.
Yeah.
And that's where I liked Tears of the Kingdom more is because I felt like I actually was challenged in them and like I felt better after completing one.
Okay. That makes sense.
But again, I still thought it was pretty unique and maybe you're right, like Breath of the Wild set it up to be just
Hmm.
what it is, you know?
Yeah, that's a great point, though. That kind of ties into my issue with the game was the Korok seeds.
Oh my gosh.
If you wanted to 100% this game, it was such a waste. I didn't, I stopped. I was like, I'm not doing this. Waste of time.
Well, and the end scene's not rewarding enough for
Yeah,
when you do.
yeah, you get a mask that looks like a little poop, right?
Hmm. I didn't complete it. I had a friend who did, so I just like watched the
Right.
scene and I was like, I'm so glad that I
Yeah.
didn't.
And what's that guy's name? The little guys with the shaker?
Hestu, I want to
Hestu?
say.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point. I think if there's a knock on this game, it's that 100%ing it was not very rewarding in the same way that I felt like Mario Odyssey was or other games.
Yeah.
All right, so we've kind of hit on the big ones. What were some other, just for people to know, what were maybe like your other top five games?
Now I have to open up my Switch and just see what's in there.
Just gonna click around so we get some of this.
Okay, so
Hopefully
this one,
Nintendo doesn't sue me.
they're probably like, you used our sounds. How dare you? Oh, I actually really liked Echoes of Wisdom.
Oh, another Zelda game.
I know. But I don't think it's you can't really compare that to open world. It's just a very different game. But it's also I thought it was unique for Zelda games.
Okay.
Um,
Mario Kart 8. That's a good one.
I've never played that.
Oh, weird
Have I?
flex.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness. So bad.
Cuphead. That was probably one of my
Cuphead
other
is really fun.
most played games.
Um,
Are these sound effects copyrighted?
I don't know. I think you're gonna find out though.
Yeah, gonna get flagged.
I'm turning mine down so you don't. For cozy games, I think my top cozy game.
Oh, did you ever play Good Job? That was fun.
No. What is that? Somebody tells you you did a good job and you
No,
feel good about
you
life?
basically work in an office and your job's to destroy the office.
Okay, you are a hack and slash kind of guy, huh?
No, it's like you do it through silly stuff.
I'll allow it.
It's fun.
Um, I really like Spiritfarer. That's a fun, cozy game, but
Okay.
more like indie, so it's probably not as well known. And then because I like Harry Potter, enjoyed Hogwarts Legacy. I thought that's more like open world as well. But I
Amanda,
think,
I just started Hogwarts Legacy last week.
oh my gosh, I did not 100% it, and I'm not going to.
Yeah, I don't think I
So,
will either. Do you want to know my name?
yes.
Russell Dietrich. No, I'm kidding.
So I was like, is this a trick? Like
uh, Richie Pennyfold.
Richie Pennyfold.
Isn't that fun?
It's pretty good. I actually don't know I think I just did some play off of like Longbottom, like Neville Longbottom. I
Mm-hmm.
think I did something silly about that because I thought it was hilarious. Um,
I got the name from Pottermore back in the day.
Baltimore. What house are you?
Well, they tried to put me in Ravenclaw, and I was like, heck no.
I'm a
I'm
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. I really
Yeah.
just wanted to see the Gryffindor, like how they rendered it. But
Mm,
I would like to be Slytherin the next playthrough. But
yeah. Well, because it changes everything, right? Which I
well,
think is cool.
I think it changes like yeah, where you sleep and your outfit.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I enjoyed that a lot too.
my other cozy game, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Here's why. You can do a lot of fun sailing on the open seas.
That sounds cozy.
And then you can like attack fortresses with cannons. It's very fun. It's very relaxing.
I'll allow it.
The game I don't like, Super Smash Brothers, because I'm horrible at it.
Yeah. Bolton always destroys me.
Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, great game.
Mario Sunshine.
I tried it,
Did you
and
like it? Did you
I
hate it?
no, it was fun. It was just too much.
You don't get it.
Luigi's Mansion 3. Did you ever play that?
I didn't. I hear it's pretty good though.
Yeah. Okay, the other game I spent a ton of time on, PGA Tour 2K21.
No.
Now, is there anything more cozy than golfing? Come on.
I like a lot of things probably.
Okay, what about Star Wars, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast?
Ooh, I don't remember which one I played. I want to say I played like Battle of the Republic or something on PS2, PS3. What system was that?
Okay. I'm segueing now because this is where I really wanted to talk about where I think the Switch just changed, revolutionized gaming for us.
All
And this
right.
is with retro gaming. So I felt like Nintendo finally figured out that all these people are using emulators and
Mm-hmm.
quality is really crappy. You can't get anything consistently. And I just love that, like, I don't know how many years into it, maybe 4 years, they started releasing retro games like Final Fantasy VII, the one I just mentioned, all the old Star Wars games for PC and Xbox. But for you, I remember you were so excited about Banjo-Kazooie
I
on the
was.
Switch Online for Nintendo 64. That was a huge moment when that dropped with GoldenEye and Banjo.
Mm-hmm.
But what is it about Banjo-Kazooie and Amanda Please?
I grew up with Banjo. He and we were pals. And I was always like, this game is so cool. And you can go and you go to Mumbo Jumbo's hut and you can become something else at the
Mhm.
wigwam, all that stuff. So, well, that's Banjo too, technically. And me and my siblings would always like do, I don't know if how much we've played a lot. You've played enough. Witchy
Yeah.
World.
Yeah.
So we loved the spaceship game where you would go and like shoot all of the targets and we
Okay.
would just do that over and over again. But I just thought it was the like most fun
Okay.
thing that you could do. And Banjo Tooie can stand on its own, which I think is impressive.
Hmm. What's your thoughts on Kazooie though? He's
Eh,
kind of mean.
he is kind of mean. I kind of just like skipped. I'm like, I don't want to hear you talk. Like, you're mean. I don't have time for that. And poor Banjo's just like, oh, Kazooie. Like,
Yeah. So we started playing that at the same time, and I I'm just so these sound effects are cracking me up. I could turn this off, but I'm not going to.
he's an iPad kid.
Um, you started playing it and
And I beat it.
you beat it.
Did you beat it, Rez?
No, I was trying to find out
Like
how
where you left off?
how far I got, but how was that beating it for the first time?
On the Switch, it just took me back. I was like, wow. Like even as a kid, I'm not sure I ever like completely beat it. So to go back as an adult and be like, it's my turn. Like I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
win. And I don't have to share it with my siblings. Like I can just play.
Right.
Felt good. Banjo-Tooie, I beat it in less than a week. Like I destroyed it. I think I sunk like 10 hours into it on Saturday and I was like, we're gonna keep going. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah. You know what level I quit on? I think it
But
was the ice level.
really,
Because I was just like, this is too much slip sliding around.
ice levels and water levels in video games stress me out.
Mm.
Slash, I'm like, I don't have the patience for this.
Yeah. But I know a lot of people could be like, well, Nintendo's just trying to make more money with these emulators. But
Maybe, but I'll take my money.
yeah, because I feel like what they've provided through the Switch online platforms is really good. It's like the real systems, and that's so much nicer than what I could figure out how to do on my desktop.
And you don't have to like bang the cartridge around and blow into it to make it work.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you can find like an old 64 and figure out how to plug it into your TV, like it looks pretty bad.
It's also a lot of work even just to find like the red, white, and yellow converter because
Mm-hmm.
TVs today just don't have
Don't
that,
have it,
right?
yeah.
Oh man,
S-
classic.
So, what were there on the 64 one? Were there other games that you liked?
Now I have to go check what they've released, but I really liked Yoshi's Story.
Mm-hmm.
That one was a classic. I played a little GoldenEye actually, but I wouldn't say I enjoyed that because my siblings would just, again, destroy me. I have
Okay.
many older siblings. Um, and then I also liked Kirby.
Okay.
So I think that one they added on the Switch. I haven't played it on there yet. Um, but that one, Kirby's like if I'm gonna play Super Smash, I'm gonna be Kirby. Like
Mm.
that's the way. Ooh, and I did do Zelda. I did both of them
Okay.
on the Switch because I was like, I don't think I ever beat Majora's Mask. It kind of freaked me out as a child. And so I was like, I'm 30 now, I can do this.
Yeah, I actually beat Majora's Mask in my late, no, in my early 30s on the 64.
Oh, I
And
bet that's really hard.
I had to find an expansion pack or like the little red thing that you had to put in the front.
Yeah.
But man, if we were doing a 64 episode, Majora's Mask is
You can
my,
talk about that with Bolton. It's his favorite, I think, of
yeah,
all time.
me too. That's something me and Colton or Bolton have in common.
Yeah.
And that's where it ends for me and him. So
Oh,
no, I'm
sad.
kidding. Okay, but one of the later releases that they did was with retro gaming was they finally released a Marvel vs. Capcom fighting collection that I thought would never ever see the light of day, and it just came out last year. It was like my go-to arcade game at Chuck E. Cheese or Caesarland or wherever, and I would like back in the day, if you wanted to get it on a disc, it was like hundreds of dollars. And then one day it just showed up. My tweets worked, and
They're like, please stop tweeting at us.
yeah.
We'll release it. It's been in the vault.
Beyond 64 though, which of the Switch Online emulators have you enjoyed playing?
I think that's the only one I've done.
Okay.
Am I lame? Maybe. I don't have enough time. What
Well,
ones have you
your
played?
lameness, I don't know how, that's a separate episode.
Oh, true. I'll come back.
Russ reviews Amanda's coolness.
Or lameness. You decide.
You decide. The one I liked second would be the Super Nintendo because I never had a Super Nintendo.
Ooh.
So I was like, oh man, these are all the games I wished I would have been able to play growing up, and I'm happy to say I completed the Super Nintendo Mario.
Gauntlet.
What do they call that one? the Mario for Super Nintendo.
And just like Super Mario.
There's a name. Yeah, Super Mario World.
Mm, mm.
But when you beat that game, the grass turns brown, which I found very disturbing. So,
And sad.
yeah, it was sad.
Yeah, I played some Super Mario or Super Nintendo games growing up because like my oldest sibling is 40, so we had every system
Yeah, same.
basically. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that actually, because I skipped it. I was curious what your first memory was with the Nintendo.
So I actually put that in the family chat because I couldn't remember. I don't remember a lot of my childhood. Let's make that an episode. Um,
Mm,
but we decided Mario
not
Kart.
really in the purview of the project.
Oh, okay, fine. We can
That
skip it.
that's a different podcast.
Like a therapist. Um, we decided in the family chat it was probably Mario Kart or Super Mario on the 64.
Okay.
So I loved Super Mario. I thought that was up there for me
Okay.
with Banjo.
Yeah, so I also have siblings quite a bit older than me, similar to you, 14-year age difference. So I grew up with all their used systems. So we had an Atari and a NES. And I'm almost positive the NES I played that one first. And it was either hockey, the hockey game,
Mm.
and I think it was just called hockey back in the day.
Keep it simple.
Um,
Everybody knows what it is.
or, oh, what was that one? One of the Punch Out games.
Mm,
But I also have a lot of memories playing Duck Hunt. Did you
I
ever
love
play
Duck
Duck
Hunt.
Hunt?
I did, yeah. I think everybody ha in the world maybe has played Duck Hunt, but I don't know.
Man, that game felt like you could never trust that gun to do what you wanted it to do.
I know. I was never good at it.
Do you think they'll
So,
release it for the Switch too?
well, okay. So I know we're not really talking about the Switch 2, but I was looking at Switch 2 videos and there's going to be new mechanics with the Joy-Cons. And I was
Yeah.
curious if they'll incorporate that into like maybe like little guns, but
Hmm.
maybe they'll play it safe and just keep it as using them as mice.
Yeah. All right. So we got a little time left. I've always wondered, what if this shouldn't be an hour? What if we just did it all in 40 minutes? Do we have to
Alice
drag?
would be a big fan.
Oh, she thinks it's too long?
No, I'm just kidding.
Alice, leave a
She
comment.
just doesn't like pauses. She wants the fast back and forth. So I think if you cut out the pauses, you're at like 40 minutes.
Okay.
My ideal podcast length, personally, 30 minutes. Not for yours. Yours is great, but when I'm listening to some, I like 30.
No, that makes sense. Mine is 60 minutes. I like a good 60-minute podcast.
Yeah, I think I like those increments. 30, 60. Don't go above 60.
No,
Only a few
please.
people in the world can get away with that,
Yeah.
and it's not
But
me.
I do need a bathroom break.
Okay.
Can I do that?
You better edit that out of the pod.
I'll edit out the silence.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, everyone, I'm back from the bathroom. Alice, I edited out the awkward silence for you, buddy. So, you know what I want to come up? I want to come up for maple syrup season.
That's in March.
Okay. Put it
So,
on the calendar.
okay. I'll tell them.
And
Alice, put
Megan,
it on the
actually,
calendar.
my wife, she really wants to go up for maple season.
I
So,
feel like August would also really enjoy like harvesting it. He'd
oh
probably
yeah,
spill a lot though.
yeah.
So
I harvested maple syrup when I was a kid, so it's one of my core memories.
hmm,
It was a lot of fun.
maybe there's a cozy Switch game for that.
Syrup time.
You can harvest maple syrup on Stardew. So,
Cool.
woohoo, now I'm gonna go play.
All right, Amanda, did you have you had a question for me?
Yeah, I had a question for you, Rez.
No,
What do you think about the Switch 2?
Switch Lite.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't want to talk about that. Oh man.
No, I didn't want to talk about my wounds with multiplayer games.
Oh, right. Rez, before we talk about the Switch 2, what are your thoughts about Switch Lite?
Wait, real quick though, with the multiplayer games, because you might
You
have
do
relate
want
to
to talk
this.
about it.
This is what I found frustrating about gaming growing up was I was never good enough to stay alive.
Yeah, why would I relate to
I was
that?
never good enough to get first place. I was never good enough to stay on the platforms in Super Smash. So I feel like I just don't really like multiplayer games because of that.
Well, have you tried them recently? Maybe you're better.
But the people I'm playing against are probably also better.
Just play with August.
Well, that does make me feel really good.
No, I think
Do
I
you
think
feel
I just
this
got
like do you like multiplayer games or
I do like multiplayer games. I do get frustrated now as an adult playing them and being bad, but as a
Mhm.
kid I was like, I'll just get better. I'll get better and one day I'll beat them and I'll show them. And now I'm like, there's no hope for me to get better.
Yeah.
Like you're 30 and you're not beating them, like just give up. Play
Yeah. Yeah,
Stardew.
because like I was trying to get into Marvel Rivals, and
Oh yeah.
I played that day it released and I was already so bad compared to these psychos online.
Well, so for Marvel Rivals, because it's a PS5 game, right? It's not on Switch. So
Oh, we shouldn't be talking about
usually
it.
get rid of this.
Ooh.
No, but I think that you're gonna find that you're playing people who are just a lot better. Whereas like with Overwatch, when it's a cross-platform game, you have little kids playing on the Switch. They'll make you feel better about yourself. Like I wasn't bad at Overwatch. Was I good? I was okay. I was average. But Marvel Rival, like it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
I watched Colton play and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could never do that.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, the one game like that I was good at was Fall Guys.
Fall Guys is fun.
Because there's a lot of 8-year-olds on there that you can just demolish and be
You feel
like,
good about yourself.
oh man, and then report them, and it's just like, oh, that's such a great feeling. They're gonna get grounded.
Somebody's going to report this podcast because they've been personally victimized
I
by
never
you.
reported any of the 8-year-olds, don't worry.
Just the 9-year-olds.
Yeah, so like GoldenEye, I would always be the first one to get killed. Smash Brothers, always the first one to get killed, even if I was Pikachu. So I think I've just gradually become I prefer like adventure role-playing games now because of it, or golf, I'm only playing against me, right? Like,
Yeah. How do you feel about teamwork games like It Takes Two or Unraveled? Do you like those or
mm,
you just still prefer solo?
well, I think I might. My wife doesn't really like playing video games, so
Yeah.
maybe when August is old enough, him and I can try some teamwork games.
Let's see. I'd be curious to see if you like it more than, multiplayer, defend yourself kind of games because you might. I liked Banjo-Kazooie multiplayer.
Oh,
Have you ever done that? You're like
no.
going through the gulch, you're like shooting other people with eggs.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
No, I've never tried that. All right, here's my question. As we're burying the Switch, um, what's a high high and a low low? Maybe start with the low. What was your least favorite part of the Switch?
Um,
I know mine.
Mine isn't game related. It's Switch related. So I
Yeah,
guess that
yeah, me
works.
too.
I hate the stand.
Oh, it's the worst.
I'm like, what were you thinking? Did you ask anybody? I don't think they did. It never works. It falls
No,
off
that
half the
was
time.
yeah, that was it looked good on the screen, but in manufacturing they should have fixed it.
Like, even it could technically work if they made it like thicker or just
Yeah.
more sturdy, but no, it just falls off. Like,
Now, to their defense, they did fix it with the Switch OLED.
that's so great.
And the Switch 2 has a full
I like that. I saw that. I was like, all right,
look,
you
and it
saw
goes
your
like
error,
it goes really low. You can like it looks pretty sweet.
which is great, but
Um,
we're talking about the Switch 1 here. So,
yeah. So you had some issues with the same for me is that I felt like pretty immediately my controllers, the Joy-Cons as they call them,
mm,
got a pretty quick rattle.
really?
Yeah, I think
What are you
maybe
doing with them?
maybe I dropped it. I don't know. Um, you guys want
I'm
here's some
like,
ASMR. Ding. It's pretty nice. They're not gonna be able to hear yours, man.
I know. I tried.
But yeah, and then my red one had motion drift.
Mm.
So like it would always be pushing me right, even when it was supposed to be in neutral.
I've had a couple joystick issues, but honestly, like mine's still pretty good.
Yeah.
So
But
maybe don't drop it
what was nice was I mailed it in. They did fix it, and that was awesome
for free, right?
for free.
We love that. We love great customer service.
Yeah. My other complaint is how expensive the Joy-Cons are and were.
Yes,
Like
that's true.
never went on discount to the day it stopped being made. $80, no matter what.
And that's why I still have the original blue and red. Like they're not my favorite ones, but
It's
I'm not gonna
crazy.
pay to get new ones.
Yeah,
I'm just not.
it's crazy. And that's my concern with the Switch 2 is it's so expensive.
I do. Well, okay, I hear you, but the Joy-Cons look like they might be more durable and they're magnetic, right?
Yeah, but magnets.
Magnets break. I'm actually more concerned. There's like a video on the inside of the Joy-Con. There's gonna be a like little spot in the middle
Yeah, I
that
saw
looks like
that.
it could definitely break,
Yeah, especially if
especially
you're
with children.
if you're 8.
Did we watch the same YouTuber?
No, I watched
No. The
maybe.
release.
Did, I sent you a link.
I just looked it up on my own.
I watched the Nintendo one, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You sent me the Nintendo one, I thought.
Okay.
Um,
I have watched a couple. They all kind of blur together.
I think, okay, let's focus. The other issue I had was just space.
What do you mean, space?
Like, there's not a lot of memory on a Switch.
Oh,
And they're gonna increase it to 256 on the Switch too. Okay, yeah, you have cool.
you
Great.
should have just bought one of these.
I don't believe in buying things.
Wait, what is one of these? A micro SD card.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I might even have one actually. No, I don't think I do.
No, it
Um,
is a drag that you had to buy an extra thing.
yeah, and that's my concern too with the Switch 2 is that I think they're gonna do a lot of like nickel and diming on it. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna literally charge you to buy the tutorial.
Right.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm paying like what, 500 bucks for this console probably in the end?
Yeah, that was crazy because PlayStation they included Astrobot like
Mm-hmm.
for free, and that was I feel like they should have done the same thing. I will and no, I will never play that game.
I think it was a waste of their time if they're not gonna just give it to you because I doubt people will buy it.
Yeah, well,
And if
and
they do,
maybe it'll be free soon.
when they realize nobody's buying it, they're like, you know what, we made this. Let's just add it to everybody's Switch.
Yeah,
They'll be happy.
it is a funny phenomenon now, like the tutorial games. Like Astrobot just won Game of the Year, and it was originally a tutorial game.
I
Um,
mean, but it was a smart tutorial game.
oh,
Like,
it was awesome, so much fun. I 100% of that one, that's for sure.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Um, I also didn't like that might be it actually.
What did you like?
Everything else.
Everything else. Yeah,
Okay, this is
that's
just
fair.
me. I loved the logo. How
You
the
nerd.
logo mirrored the actual device.
Oh yeah, I
And
just
the
noticed that.
logo was like it was a summary of the system's philosophy, basically. And I love when industrial design and graphic design like are married together. That's like
That's your
just
jam.
makes me so happy. I like the click. I like the little sound effects. They're very rewarding.
That's
Um,
true.
and yeah, I just like that. Like, I like that Nintendo prioritizes gameplay over graphics, and
Mm,
I just feel like the graphics. I enjoy how they look, and it's just always the games are just always so enjoyable to play. It doesn't usually matter.
yeah, I think I would agree too. And honestly, for me, graphics aren't really a big deal. Like, if it's a fun game, I'm still gonna enjoy it, even if it's not crystal clear.
Yeah, and that was the other thing. It really did feel like a system that anyone could get into and have fun with. Like my
Yeah.
wife, who's not a gamer, and my son, who's 4, like we'll play Mario Kart till he starts crying, because he's losing. But like
Yeah.
we could never really do that with the PlayStation. It's not really a family
Give him
system.
a fake controller.
We played Mario Party with my in-laws, and like they were able to pick it up and just have a good time with it.
Yeah.
Nintendo's really good about building, like gaming being a communal.
Well, and I think they're gonna like expand on that with Switch too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're really leaning into it, which is probably their strong suit
Could I tell you
compared
my
to other
concern though with
systems.
Switch 2 as we're
As we're
saying
wrapping
goodbye to
it
the
up.
Switch?
Yeah.
All right, my one. Well, I'll need to pull this up. My concern is Isn't it kind of Wii U-ish?
I never played the Wii U.
Exactly.
Oh no.
But don't you remember the Wii U is pretty much just like a bigger,
Version of the
fatter
Wii.
of the yeah version of the Wii?
Yeah. I think there's some features like the game sharing
Hmm.
feature, how like you could share your game with three other people who don't have it, which is unique. And I think there's also being able to have if you buy it, you can buy the camera accessory and do like virtual Mario Kart with other people.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not either, but I know people would. So I'm like, maybe there's enough differences that
I don't
people would
know.
still do it. And I think, I mean, sales wise, I think they're doing better than the Wii U.
Oh,
But
in pre-orders?
yeah,
Okay.
I didn't check that if you're listening, so don't come for me. Um,
Yeah, all the
but I
listeners.
mean, there's a chance it could be.
Alice is gonna be like, "Oh, no, Amanda."
You didn't fact check yourself, so I did, and you were wrong. But I didn't buy a Wii U, so
Yeah, I
I'm
knew
right
that.
about me.
So this guy I follow on X, Rust Reviews, he put
Yeah.
after the Switch got announced, giving off major Wii U vibes.
Did it go viral? Because that's great.
96 views, one like, which was from myself to myself, I think.
You gotta be your biggest cheerleader.
Oh
So
no, you liked it. Aw.
I logged on after our podcast and did like I liked like 10 of them.
Thanks, Amanda.
You're
And then
welcome.
I had a couple of replies, but
Mm,
that's my concern is that I'm just worried it's going to be it didn't it's a sequel, I guess, not a totally
mm,
new. Like the Switch was like a brand new departure from what was before it.
yeah.
Like how the Wii was coming from the GameCube. And this just feels more like an iteration of a theme as opposed to the future.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably true, which is I probably won't buy it for a while.
Yeah.
Like I will play this Switch 1 into the grave.
Until they close the Switch One store
Don't say that.
and all of our games
Uh,
are deactivated.
well, I guess there was like a video I saw where they're like, "Do you even own the Switch?" Because there's something in the agreement like if you do any modifications, like Nintendo can shut it off.
Right,
And they're
yeah.
like, "Are you just renting it?" Like, we don't know. I was like,
The
that feels like a reach,
the
but
privilege of using their software.
yeah, so for me, if I buy it, it'd be because my Switch one died
Hmm.
and I couldn't find another Switch one to replace it.
Yeah. What I told Megan was I want to wait till they release like a cooler looking
Or the OLED
Switch.
version of it.
Cause like the all black design just doesn't excite me. I'm hoping they come out with like a Mario version or a
Mm,
gold. Like I love the gold Zelda editions they
yeah.
do. So
I'm sure you will. I'm sure they will, I mean, and then you'll buy one.
yeah, so we won't be buying one unless
They give us one. Wait,
yeah,
what?
Nintendo, please be listening.
Please.
Can you send one to me and Amanda? Like
So,
just
yeah,
one and we'll split it. Like I'll
no.
play for a couple weeks. I'll let you go first. It's fine.
Wow, that was really nice of you.
So Nintendo, we'll send it to Amanda. She lives up north, and then she'll play, and then she'll mail it to me.
Or I could visit and give it
Drop
to
it
you.
off. That'd be
Everybody
nice.
wins.
So Nintendo, leave a comment. Oh, there's the timer. Nintendo, leave a comment and let us know how to contact you.
Yeah, have your people talk to our people. We
Have
can't
your
wait to try your
people,
Switch to Wii U.
yeah, slide into my DMs and we can connect. So we'll give you our shipping address and it'll be great. We'd love to review the Switch too.
They'll probably sue us for defamation of product, but it's fine.
No. Well, Amanda, thank you for your time to do a little eulogy of a great video game system. What's your last word for the Nintendo Switch?
Just one word?
No, that's like an
Okay.
expression.
Oh, my last line for
Yeah.
the Nintendo Switch is I'll always love you.
And okay, I'll always love you. I think mine will be uh, thanks for the memories.
Thanks for the memory. Yeah, okay, so we both like songs.
Yeah. But yeah, did I convince you it's the greatest system of all time?
I don't think you really had to convince me that much, but
Because it has all the other systems you mentioned built in.
that's true. Yeah, and like any of those games are now on it, like GameCube.
Right. For a low, low annual fee of $40. But
Uh, you can do the family plan.
all right, Amanda, thanks for being my first recurring guest. And yeah,
You're welcome.
please leave comments, follow me on Twitter, subscribe, share with your friends. Give this podcast meaning, people.
Please, please give our lives a podcast meaning.
Give our lives meaning.
It
All right.
was a pleasure as always.
Should we go play some games?
I need to go finish the work day, but yeah, you go play some games, Russ.
Oh, right. Okay. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Where'd you go?